Welcome back to the hopeforbraden.org series. Thank you for sticking with me. And this episode is about Braden's story, his autism story, and so much more. So let's get into it. Braden's story says, I am Braden's mother, Ashley. When I found out that I would be having a child, I made the choice to be a dedicated parent, one who would provide for their child, give them direction, guidance, and nurturing. Braden became my identity the moment he came into existence. My pregnancy was perfect. Braden was a typical pregnancy, no risks and no issues. He weighed 7 pounds, 10.5 ounces at birth, and he was 21 inches long, and he had red hair. Braden James, I decided to call him, giving him my father's middle name and family name. Braden began sitting up and walking all at once. He was walking by 9 months, and he enjoyed our story times together. He really loved the Dr. Seuss books, and I would read to him, and he was very smart and ahead of the curve. When Braden had his first birthday, he was smiling, laughing, and enjoying life as most babies do at that age. I was a stay-at-home mom, spending every moment with Braden. Braden was never without me, and I was never without him. 5 months after Braden's first birthday, I noticed he began having problems eating. His eyes would wander, and he started to walk a little differently. He seemed to have trouble with his babble words. So I took my concerns to his doctor, and she said, boys will do that. I was not satisfied as I watched more and more skills become difficult and lost for Braden. He stopped using his babble words like mama and dada, bobble. He even lost words like duck and Elmo. I took him to a local therapy center where several professionals observed him. He was given some simple tasks. He was observed eating and playing. He was also given a speech evaluation. The therapist told me that Braden was functioning on the level of a 3-month-old infant, and he was 17 months old. Braden became a completely different child from 1 year to 17 months. And over here I have a quote that says, Autism is like a car crash. You leave the house as a typical person, and you come back with a severe head trauma, unable to do anything you once could. Autism, I often compare it to a car crash, or Alzheimer's. And I believe that autism and Alzheimer's are the same thing. There's some troll bait for you. So he became a completely different child from 1 year to 17 months. He went from ahead of the curve to being crushed behind it. He could no longer feed himself with utensils. He no longer engaged in appropriate play, and he did not enjoy our story times anymore. Braden was becoming autistic. So thank you so much for coming with me on this journey through the website, hopeforbraden.org. It's very emotional for me to relive these things, but this is still going on. This is still a very real part of my life, and autism will always be a part of my life, and unfortunately, family courts and custody will also always be a part of my life. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, Braden becoming autistic, and we'll go through the next page, and I'll show you that. My cutie patootie little boy right here. Subscribe!